What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. For all of y'all who have been rocking with me, thank you so much. Know that I appreciate you. Know that I love you. And for all of those who are new, thank you for stopping by. I hope you like what you see and what you hear. My name is Sakima. I post every Tuesday, or should I say upload post? I don't know. I still don't have my lingo right. So I upload every Tuesday, and so you guys hit that notification bell so you won't miss when I post, when I upload. And what do I share on this channel? I just share things, lessons that I've learned along my walk with God. That He has given me, He has shown me things that have helped chip away at the barriers that I've had. And hopefully, they'll help you do the same thing in your life. And that's what this is about. Okay? So today, y'all, I'm still on that kick, that short and simple kick, trying to keep y'all's attention because I know these videos sometimes be like, okay, not sometimes, all the time, it'd be like 45 minutes long. It's like a movie. I don't know what I'm doing, short film. I don't know. All right, but for real though. So today, what are we talking about? We are talking about feeling the need to perform, feeling the need to perform for God. I think that has been a struggle for me. So often I have been worried about the way that I look, the way that I'm perceived in other people's eyes, and feeling the need to put on the show for others. You know, growing up, I was always the class clown and always the person that was outgoing. It's so interesting. I've learned now that I'm probably pretty introverted, but when I'm on, I guess. And it's still a natural part of my personality. So it's not like I'm just like having to act like I'm happy or act like I'm having fun. I actually do have fun and I actually do like to laugh and I'm silly and goofy. I'm all of those things. Um, but in my private time, just inside later on, once I get away from the crowd, from everybody, I had to really sit with me and think about some of the things that I've dealt with and still deal with. And that is one of those things is feeling the need to perform, not only for people, but for God. I didn't realize that I felt that same way about Him. Um, but I realized that, I felt safest when I was actually literally doing something that had to do with God, whether it be teaching, whether it be reading my Bible, whether it be listening to a sermon, whether it be encouraging somebody in the Lord or whatever. All these things are literal things that have to do with God. And I felt safest doing those things. And when I was not doing those things, that's when I started to feel very insecure, or shaky, or just unsure, second guessing all the time, not able to do regular things, make regular decisions, or just regular activities, without feeling safe. Like maybe I left God back there at the church, or maybe I left him back on that sermon I was watching, or maybe I left God in the room where I was reading my Bible. Like, that is such a lie of the enemy. So I want you to understand that. And I want you to be encouraged by that. You hear that that's a lie. Please know that that's not the truth. God is with you. He loves you so much. And the Bible even talks about us not being able to understand His love, even. It is, let's see, Ephesians 3:18 through 19 says, "And may you have the power to understand, as all God's people should, how wide, how long, how high, and how deep His love is. May you experience the love of Christ, though it is too great to understand fully. Then you will be made complete with all the fullness of life and power that comes from God." So it said that um, it's too great to understand fully. I think that is something to really grasp and really hold on to, really understand, really remember whenever we're going throughout our daily life. Don't feel the need to perform. There is a love that God has for you beyond anything that you can understand, even if you try to understand it. And so just remember that it has nothing to do with what you're doing. It has nothing to do with whether you are actively, literally, I should say, doing something that is related to God, or to the kingdom. You are walking in your everyday life. He is always doing something, moving. He's doing a work in you. He is completing the work until the day of Jesus Christ. So he is always working in you. He's always doing what he said he would do through you and in you. He's always walking with you. He's always loving you. He's always crowning you with love and kindness. He's always there. And you don't have to feel the need to perform, the need to fit in. You are fearfully and wonderfully made, and you were that before you existed. He loved you. He loved you. And if you were fearfully and wonderfully made, that means that he had to be in that state as he was making you. So this was something that took precision, something that took thought, something that he was fully invested in when he did it. And so I just need you to remember that on today. Remember that you don't have to perform. Remember that God loves you. He's always with you, and that he loves you beyond what you can understand. And I believe that he gives us, this is just for me, I believe that he gives us little glimpses of his love. And have you ever been listening to a worship song, or sometimes it doesn't even have to do with a song that is a Christian song or a worship song. Sometimes it can be some of the things that we just least expect. Like we might be watching Undercover Boss, and then somebody's getting a breakthrough. We might be watching, if you like me, you watching The Price is Right at times, and you in there bawling, crying because somebody that has gotten through something, somebody has triumphed, somebody has gotten something that you know they've probably been needing for a long time, or you don't even know their life really. If you honest, you don't know their life. You just crying because you know that that's wonderful what just happened. They won a lot of stuff. You crying. I see you crying now. I see you crying. No, for real though. Like that is, those moments are moments I feel that God has given us a peek into how he feels about us. In those moments, there is something that is touching our hearts so much so that we are just breaking beneath his love, beneath the weight of his love. And I love those moments because sometimes you go throughout life and you get in a rut, and it's like sometimes you get numb and you're just on autopilot. But in those moments, there is such a connection, there is such a breaking, and there is such a just a peace and a surrender, just falling into his arms, saying, "Oh my God, that broke me spiritually, like in a way that is beautiful." And I feel like those are little glimpses of God's love. That's the tip of the iceberg, if you will. So, could you imagine if he just unleashed that whole thing on us? I think we would just pass out. We would just exist no more because we are already about gone when we experience these other little small moments. But just think about that. If that's just a little piece of it and you were broken to tears in those moments where something beautiful happened, just think of how much God loves you in its fullness, how God's love is, how wide, how deep, how high his love is. So never feel the need to perform. Know that he cares for you. Know that he loves you beyond what you can understand, and lean on that. Count on that. Believe him when he tells us, when he shares that with us. And if you want more on that, you want more understanding on that, go look for it. Seek it out. Just Google. Um, you can Google Bible verses about God's love, or Bible verses about God's love for me. There's many things that you can do to seek it out and find out how he feels about you. Don't sit with the lies of the enemy. Know that you are loved. Know that you don't have to perform. You've had to perform for other people throughout your life. You've had to be everything to everyone, so you felt. But that's not this. With God, it's not that. This is something totally different. He loves you, wants the best for you, wants to keep you. He wants to cover you. He wants to develop you. He wants to just listen to you. He wants to listen to you talk about things that you feel like don't nobody want to listen to. He wants to see about you in ways that you feel like no one really cares about. That's your father. That's him. He loves you. You know those you know that saying, ooh, that's a face only a mother could love. Or that's something only a mother could love. Guess what? That's your father. You look at the worst thing out here, if you want to say it, look at the worst looking thing out here and be like, and just think, God loves the mess out of that. God loves it. And if he loves that, imagine how he feels about you. You are wonderful. You're beautiful. God is doing something amazing in you. I hope that helped you. It helped me. I needed to hear it. So, y'all, be encouraged. God loves you. And listen, I'm just going to give it to you like I get it. You know, it's all real over here all the time because it's the walk live.